And it has been a banner day for the Nick Rolovich coaching tree, as Ohio has their new head coach. Brian Smith has been named the Bobcats' new coach. And this is a guy who, as I mentioned a moment ago, previously was at Hawaii and Washington with Nick Rolovich, and he is the 30th coach now in Ohio history.
And the best period in Ohio history, right? You got 3 10-win seasons in a row, 30-10 the past 3 years. You just won the MAC title, of first since 1968, 38-3 over the Miami Redhawks. So, this is a high period in Ohio football. So it makes sense that you want to keep the pipeline going. You lose your head coach, Coach Albin, to Charlotte, which interesting move. I thought that might be more of a vertical move than what's a lateral move. I'm sure there was financial reasons for doing it for Tim Albin, but keep the same thing we're going. There's going to be a run-based attack for Ohio. They led the MAC in points, but also in rushing yards. Was one of the best rushing attacks in the nation. Top 12 against FBS opponents in both rushing yards per game and yards per attempt. Of course, Parker Navarro, who he got a lot of fame when Timothy Chalamet was shouting him out during the college game day. He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the country. Because you have to replace that production, but similar scheme. You're going to be you're going to be a destination for running quarterbacks here at Ohio with Brian Smith in charge, knowing that he's going to incorporate that aspect of the game. You mentioned the Rolovich coaching tree. A lot of people thought that he was going to get the job at Hawaii, that eventually went to Todd Graham. And, it might have worked out better if you stayed within that Rolovich tree, because like you said, that Rolovich tree has been going very, very well. Only 44 years old. Very curious to see how this goes. Ohio's in their glory days right now. You'd like to see that thing stretch out. And maybe this becomes sort of a niche for running quarterbacks that want to continue to run for 1,000 yards, right? Like maybe they did in high school, and they say, all right, I don't, I'm not going to be an NFL quarterback. Let me run the ball and have some fun and make some plays. Go to Ohio.
Until they do that, and one of these bigger schools come calling, unfortunately, right?
Well, look, that's the thing. If you have a unique offense, maybe big schools don't always want a quarterback that's run first, right? So you could be the home for those run first quarterbacks. Then maybe their passing is not, SEC or ACC quality, but their running is, right? Instead of switching positions or whatever they might want them to do at the higher levels, they can be the quarterback at Ohio, compete for MAC championships, put up big rushing numbers, and still throw the ball. So maybe that's the niche. Maybe if some of those guys sign with bigger schools out of high school and they don't throw well enough to be the starting quarterback at Auburn or, you name the school, Michigan, whatever it is,
right,
they come down to Ohio and they can run the ball. So that's an interesting fit going forward. Trying to keep the thing going, man. 10-win seasons are hard to come by.
3 in a row that's amazing.
They've only had 2 since 1962 until this 3 10-win season stretch. So they're trying to keep it going there at Ohio.